Hey guys, I was thinking of something. So, the Teenage universe kind of has laid dormant because, I've been busy. But I've been thinking, I said I rewritten the universe, but I'm thinking maybe I should make the universe a little bit bigger. Also, maybe I should make an alternate story of Team H Bugsy before probably in a probably different setting from the usual teenage universe because I'm thinking, yeah, there's gonna be alternate universes of teenage Bugsy because there's a lot to work with him. Like Prime and G have like a set path I already have laid out for them, but Team H Bugsy on the other hand, he had he has well, since I haven't been working on him as much, he has more potential to be whatever I want to be, really. It still works on that hero aspect that Prime doesn't really have anymore, and you know, and it kind of works on the kind of story I kind of want to tell. Because I've been thinking, what if I were to rewrite Steven Universe, right? But I added a character. I added I added Team H Bugs. I added Team H Bugs. Either he decides to go to Beach City for some reason, but it pretty much retells every episode of Steven Universe with my writing flair. Because let's be honest, I love Steven Universe, but there are certain things I would change. Trust me, I'm gonna go all easy peasy on you. But because honestly, again, that blacklisted crap may be a hunk of bullshit. Maybe a hunk of bullshit. I'm saying half and half. But I'll get into that sometime in the future. Again, again, my video schedules are fucking crazy. But anyways, so yeah, I was thinking, what if I rewrote Steven Universe? See, I never really talked about this, but you know, um, Teenage Bugsy was in a war, right? Almost kind of mirroring, I've been thinking about this. It almost kind of mirrors the gem civil war that the crystal gems had with the diamonds. But so I feel like the teenage Bugsy in this scenario is more of a he's more of a he's not like a leader, but he's more of a I don't know, advisor kind of. He helps Steven to fight. He's like, Steven, I know you want to be a pacifist. I know you want to try. Because I thought about this little line. He's like, I know you want to be a pacifist. I know you don't want to fight, but man, you're going to have to fight. You don't have to fight to kill, but you got to fight to defend yourself. And you can't. And you just look. I have, you know, I have old H. I have old H.E. looking at him, just going, and you need a lot of work. Trust me. There's a lot more to fighting than just killing. It's all about defense. You don't have to fight to shatter. Just fight to knock out. But if it ever comes down to it, you're going to have to kill because not every gem and not everything can be reasoned with. You've seen Jasper. You've seen how you tried to talk. I know how you tried to talk to freaking Doc. Not everything can be reasoned with or talked to. Sometimes you're gonna have to fight. Sure, you may do some things you regret, but it's gonna happen either way. Sometimes you have to fight. Not all the time, not all the time, mind you, But if there's no other option, you're gonna have to fight. And I feel like he, how basically Pearl trains Connie. You know, H, Team H Bugsy or HE. I'm gonna call him HE when I refer to him when I do these sorts of videos. He kind of just hopes Steven learn to just fight and to kind of be a leader. You know, and and he kind and there may be and he may have a weird kind of relationship with Lapis or Peridot. I don't know. I don't know, but that would fuck with people a little bit if I did that. And look, folks. Just because your ship isn't canon doesn't mean you can go and take it out on people. Just being real. And that goes double for you, Voltron fans. Seriously, we're gonna get on. I'm gonna get on you guys soon. So don't you worry. I gotta watch this Voltron, and then we're gonna get to it. But but for rest, but but yeah, but yeah, but yeah. In this version of this kind of Steven Universe thing, I'm proposing. Towny episodes would kind of still happen, but after the big bad of the season is done. So that way the Towny episodes are a little bit more special and people can react to the shit that happens in the arc. Instead of just big threat episode, Towny episode. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just something where it kind of fits a little bit more cohesively, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to take any thunder or anything from Rebecca Sugar, but this is how I would write it. And, Rebecca Sugar has her own way of writing it. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just my interpretation. Um, uh, I would say the crying would probably still be a part of it. Just it would happen a little bit. Well, it would still happen. Just not every character would be fucking bawling their eyes out every time. You know, and even though old Team H Bugsy or H would probably have his own moment where he fucking cries. But it'd be more because, this version of Team H Bugsy is just kind of, he's still the same as his regular Team H incarnation, but there's a little bit of a difference with him. Because in this war, he he lost the one thing that Prime would never forgive himself if it ever happened to anyone. If it happened, Ansakamaru and Har in this version of their universe, they both die. Which, again, I've always kind of wondered what his dynamic, what would what would any kind of Bugsy be like without Har Ansakamaru backing him up, or even D backing him up? What would that be like if he was kind of alone in a sense? Would he be more serious, or would he hide more? Would he retreat more into his joke? Would he retreat more into his jokey nature, only being serious when he really truly needs to? But yeah, but yeah, and I think he'd be the only one that like there'd be a second time where Jasper actually fights with him because he's like, for She's like, for a human, you're awfully strong. And then and then freaking T and freaking AG laughs and he goes, I'm not technically human, but hey, think what you want to think. And then they actually fight. The other gyms are kind of in awe that, well, that Ichi can actually hold his own because they never seen a human. They never seen because we never seen a human like character hold his hold their own against the gym unless they're Connie. You know, but that's only when she's like still that's only when Steven and Connie are Stevani. So, you know, so yeah, and oh yeah, Onion would probably be some have a big old role in the story too. In this kind of AU of both Team H Team H and Steven Universe, but this one would be like a Beach City arc. Like half of the series would deal with like Steven Universe stuff, but I would go a little bit further. Hmm. So crap. Let me just fix that. Freaking okay. So, anyways, like I said, so I don't know. I was just thinking that I have a lot of ideas to kick around, and I think the whole Steven Universe thing would be a pretty good idea, And yeah, Rose would still be paying diamond because honestly, for the people like everybody was all like surprised and saying it was forced. I was like, no, it was always there, and then people started looking back and going, oh, oh. I'm like, yeah, you guys need to actually before you say something's forced, actually take a look. They were hitting this from the very beginning. So it was never like a forced thing. It was never like something that they just threw in there. It was always kind of a thing that was there. Oh yeah, and Lars. I think I think Lars wouldn't be on wouldn't be on Homeworld with Steven. Or probably would be Lars. It'd probably be Lars and Ag just with Steven, and there's like yeah, and Ag dies, but he's the Chaos Lord, so and AG's like different than Prime, where he just flat out dies. No, when he dies, it only takes him like what 20 minutes, and he gets back up. It's like they didn't have the right necessary precautions to kill me. But then again, there but then again, they don't really they don't really know how to really stop a Chaos Lord. But a Chaos Lord's weaknesses still apply in this world too, but they just don't have enough to put him down. But still, um, so yeah, and yeah, there'd be a ton of Lars in the Stars shit that I'd actually like write. Like there'd just be they'd be since Lars in the Stars is kind of calling back to a little bit of Captain Harlock. I think some Lars stories where it's kind of Captain Harlock esque would be pretty nice. And maybe I like Captain Harlock. It doesn't matter. Okay? I don't have a weird I don't have a weird decision with it. With Captain Harlock. Stop looking at me. A little bit of a joke, but I do like Captain Harlock. For real. But Steven would technically grow as a fighter and as a person be who can be a pacifist, but who can only use fighting as an alternate option. And my version of Steven would go a little bit like this. HE teaches him how to fight, how to how to basically be a good fighter. It also teaches him how to be diplomat. Also teaches them how to use diplomacy, but without him kind of just doing what he did with Doc and the others. Just a little bit more teaches them to be a little bit more smart when dealing with the enemy, because come on, guys, saying that he's Rose Quartz why Ruby that totally wants to basically kill him while they're both in a bubble in space wasn't really the best idea. I know we're trying to play up that Steven's kind of naive, but my version of old Steven wouldn't be so naive. Well, not as naive. Like I'd feel like he'd have some sense. You know, at least not enough to say rose quartz to a freaking Ruby who's trying to kill him, and they're both in space in a bubble. Like there's so many other things I'd actually put into it, and I probably was. I don't know. Maybe I'll just talk about each episode and how that would play out. But I feel like He wouldn't really make an actual appearance until after Jailbreak. But instead of Jasper just having herself, it'd be a whole bunch of gem soldiers, and then Ichi would probably bust out and be like, "Oh, but oh, looks like someone ticked off some. Looks like someone ticked off the diamonds. Well, I better be busy then." And make no mistake, AG shatters them all. He don't discriminate. He knows they're here to fight and kill, and there ain't no reasoning with them. So he fights back. He goes like, y'all. He's like, you guys made a mistake coming to this place. And I know this place has been tagged by gems before. But yeah, I would say you kind of get allusions to him fighting, but you don't really see it. I feel like Jailbreak will play out as normal. But it doesn't happen with like Jasper kind of. It doesn't happen with like Lapis kind of putting Jasper at a freaking. It doesn't happen with Jasper like Lapis pulling Jasper at the bottom of the ocean, because AG actually would have his own like way of containing Jasper, and it'd be kind of it'd be kind of a little bit of a collar. It's like this this my dear my dear Crystal Gems is an inhibitor collar, and it's zap for this inhibitor collar. It zaps most of the gems. It ja- eh, it it zaps most of the gems remaining strength. And for Jasper, which her strength is everything, will she won't be able to do anything. She's about as weak as a baby kitten as long as I had this controller. So we're gonna keep her around. I don't know. It just feels better that we'd utilize Jasper a little bit better, and Lapis would still be around, which more time would kind of go into developing Jasper, but maybe at some point they do fuse, and maybe they do fuse at some point. Like Jasper breaks the inhibitor collar and they do fuse, and then Jasper kind of likes it. So it's still it's different, but more things. But I think I'll leave it here. It's kind of a different way of how I would write Steven Universe, and I don't even want to get. And Steven and Connie would stay the same. them meeting Kevin would stay the same, except for like the second time the second time, the second time they meet Kevin, He's there, and he's just like, "Oh, you were messing with Steve and Connie, right?" He just starts beating on him. And goes like, "Next time you decide to, next time you decide to mess with these two, I'll be there to beat the living crap out of you. Capiche?" And he doesn't hold back on him either. He just starts whooping him. Like he whoops the ever living shit out. He whoops the ever living shit out of Kevin. And also he doesn't really like Ronaldo, and I feel like there's a lot of like jokes that I could like shove in with Ronaldo because I really don't like Ronaldo, but I can feel like there's like a lot of comedic moments where AG is like, "I wanna totally kill you," and Steven's kind of just trying to stop him. He's like, "Steven, I will totally fucking kill Ronaldo. Let me do it. Let me do it. All it would take is just one. All it would take is one twist." He just, because Steven would be able to read minds, so he would hear. He would like this is all happening. They're just talking through. Um, they're just talking through each other's minds, but he's like just saying like, "Let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it." And I actually have an episode where AG and Ronaldo have to actually work together. Just a bunch of stuff I have planned. But maybe I'll just talk about how I would write it more than actually make a series behind it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Or maybe I'll make a series behind it. I don't know. Just kicking around some ideas. But seriously, I do like the Ronaldo. I do like the kind of Ronaldo. I do like the Ronaldo thing because it just kind of plays at my own hatred of Ronaldo, but just kind of funneled in my character where he doesn't actually hurt Ronaldo, but he does want to, like in the most violent, gory way possible. But Steven's the one that always tries to stop him from like actually trying to kill Ronaldo. But I don't know. I don't know if these are really good ideas for like the Steven Universe fandom. They're probably gonna be like, "No, why would your insert character be in there?" I'd be like, because it's just a different take on Steven Universe. It doesn't have to be like an actual canon thing. I'd be like, I'd be like, Steven Universe fans try to tell me to kill myself. Y'all worked up for nothing because y'all can set the smoke. Y'all can set the smoke, but y'all can't handle the fire. Think about it. But I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.